the lesson.
Oh yeah.
The first release that you guys had, Trails To The Underlair,
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah, man.
Now, was that an EP or an album?
It was a mixtape.
Yeah.
It was a mixtape.
This little street mixtape.
So it had half original, half jack beats.
So we had strict on production, myself making a few beats, and then
Trem 1 got some beats
Trem
on that.
up in there, and Strict 9 opened his whole collection to us basically, and we just went through and pulled out all our favourite shit, and anything we thought in our heads, he just happened to have it in his record collection, you know, as good DJs do. And we just pulled that shit, and we just went through, I think, a few weeks of what beats we wanted. And
so prior to that, like, you know, because we just jumped there from 2002 to 2009.
we did
like,
DJ Kansel. We did Battlehoggs.
Oh, you guys were on Battlehoggs?
Yeah, we dropped a little
Which
joint
one?
on that. I think it was
number 2.
hosted by Strut,
Yeah, wow.
and we did the last song on it.
It's a secret song.
It's called
not
it's a
even
secret
listed.
song. It's called
I
Mercy.
chucked it on there to the
Oh,
back
for
back.
real?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I can't remember
No,
it.
I know.
Yeah, it's called
So you
Mercy.
Go back and fucking.
It's a dope little song.
So it's not listed on the artwork?
No. It's after the last track.
Yeah, man.
So do you have to let the CD play
Yeah.
for like an extra 30 seconds or
Yeah,
something, and then
a
it
bit of
comes
time.
on? So what was I guess?
I don't
the
know.
reason-
I don't know.
I was pretty cool with it.
I'm not
and I
sure
was
how
nervous
Kansel
about
knew
it.
about us, but it was obviously through Strick or maybe even Big Z. Yeah.
I think
And
they had,
they
a lot
offered
to do with
us,
it.
and that was probably really good opportunities for us because we were just sort of kicking it with Class A at the time.
I know that track got recorded and sent to Prowse.
Yeah.
Strick sent to Prowse, so he would have had something to do with probably pushing it.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, because it was our first shit ever, you know, to officially be released, when it came out as a secret song, it was a bit of a trip. It's like, do they not like us? You know, is there something wrong with it? Oh no, maybe
In
it's
hindsight,
cool. You're the
I'm
secret
glad
song.
it's
maybe
like that.
Yeah, so am I. That adds that bit of fucking mystery. Why not? Everything's so accessible these days.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just, you know, it was something different. It was a surprise at the same time.
So did you speak to Kansel afterwards and ask him what his?
No, man,
I
I
guess-
was happy to have a song that people were going to hear for
Yeah,
us. You
we're
know?
just happy
That's
that someone wanted to listen to it.
Yeah, man, that's nearly all it's ever been, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to I want people to hear it.
Yeah,
The right
regardless
people
of
to hear it.
what we were doing, like what we're doing now, we'd still be doing the same. We'd still be making music, whether, you know, someone listened to it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, like, when I write, probably the only people I think about is the direct crew. Because if it can't get past them, if your best fucking friends aren't going to approve of it,
And
you know,
it's
it's like there's something
and it's
wrong
an
with it.
honest, at least the people you grow up are going to give you an honest opinion, you know.
You would hope so. So all your friends out there who haven't told your mates your fucking raps are whack, you need to speak up and be a proper friend and just say,
That shit's whack.
he's back, you know?
Yeah, man.
But what else I was going to mention was, because we were talking, you know, the name started, and we sort of got our name about 2002 or 2003. And then Underlair happened until 2009. We really fucking spent time showing and proving, man. Like from 2005 to 9.
We became a live group.
Really,
man.
yeah, a live group, man. We started building a fan base off of live shows.
I think before we had even had that mixtape out, we'd maybe done 100 shows, you know, like maybe more.
Wow.
Yeah.
We really smashed it for years. I got into the battle.
And I think that was our
you know,
peak time in terms of performing, like, because a bit younger, a bit lighter.
yeah.
We were moving around, you know. Yeah. So I think we rap a lot tighter now in terms of delivery, but I think our shows back then were so hungry that, you know, it didn't matter if you ran out of breath, you were just, you know, and they were good. They were good, yeah. I think that's how we sort of got noticed, by just doing live shows all the time, man. It didn't matter if we were the first person to perform or wherever we support, we were going to do it and do it as if we were the main act, you know. Yeah.
There was never a hurry to get a release out either. It was like, the more time it took, we knew we were going to develop our style, make it better, get a better rep, fucking get a bigger fan base, you know. So, I mean, we made music and always thought in our heads, oh, we're going to make an album. But to be honest, we wouldn't have had a clue how to put an album out ourselves back then, so it wasn't going to happen without the help of someone else anyway. So show and prove for those many years, I think really helped us because you know,
and also learning how to do those things from, like, say, Strick and T, all those years, and now sort of going, you know, we know what we do. We don't have to think about it now. We know what we've got to do, kind of thing, because it's just entrenched in us. But yeah, in those days, you have to learn. You know, you really have to learn those other parts of the game. Like rapping is really just like, you know, I'd say 30% of the release. You know, maybe 20%. You know,
that would be my biggest downfall. Like, I have nothing to do with nothing except the raps. You know?
Which is
that's
obviously,
all I want to do. I
you
don't
hear
want
it,
to know
you know.
the business. You know, like, I just write the raps. And it's
yeah.
not the preferable
it's
fucking
about
person
also
to work with, you know, but it's what makes me man. Like.
Also in a group, I think you need to play your position. You know, I think a lot of people want to either be the head honcho of the group and, you know, whatever. Like, you need to know your position. I think with us, we've known that the whole time. You know, and I make beats and rhymes and control everything. And you know, and this guy just inspires. You know, I'm always we rap on the weekly, regardless if we're doing shows or not. So he'll come over, he'll spit his latest verses to the beats that I've given him or whatever, and I'll just go, fuck, you know, and then I'll spend a week trying to beat that, you know, and then he'll come back, and then it's a competition, but it's a light you know, to better ourselves, I guess. You know?
It's a good, healthy competition. Yeah. I come over, he shows me his verse,
and it's the same thing.
Like, rewrite, you know. He goes, fuck you, I got to rewrite.
It's a swearing session.
Every week, the same thing. You know?
Yeah. So usually, I you know, I might have made the beat and just couldn't help myself and had to write to it that night. Next week, your Vine will come over, and I'll go, oh, I've got these ideas. That's how I like to call it. I got these ideas. Yeah. And then I start rapping him the verse, and he'll just go, no. Yeah, and then next week he'll come back with a better verse, and I'll just be going, fuck, you know.
And I mean, obviously that, you know, that has a big, it's a big reason why the quality, you know, steps up, because you guys have that friendly competition as members in a group, I'm sure all do.
Yeah.
And you guys mentioned just before how, you know, if it doesn't get the tick of approval from your initial crew, well, then it's probably not necessarily going to go much further.
Yeah, man. What are you representing at the core?
Yeah, and that's not to say all our crew just listens to rap, you know what I mean? They all listen to other stuff. It's not just like we're all rap heads. Yeah, like half of our crew don't even probably listen to rap. But I like the opinion from people also who don't have they're just going to feel the music straight away. They don't have any idea how rap should sound. They just feel it straight away. And if they don't like it, you kind of can gauge. You know, they might feel something in it or whatever, and then you can sort of judge, you know, what to do with it, I guess,
Now, do you think that, I mean, you made the point before, and I know you said it in a jokey way, but behind most jokes there's a hint of truth.
Yeah.
The whole thing about, you know, if you got homeboys that rap, but if they're not necessarily that good, you should be a good friend and tell them, give them honest opinion as opposed to telling them what they want to hear for the sake of not hurting their feelings.
Our boys have no hesitation at telling us our shit's whack, you know, to go back to the drawing board. And we've done it on multiple times. Misconceptions was re-recorded because of that. We actually recorded Misconceptions on a completely different beat and had, already done the song.
Yeah,
and,
wow.
It wasn't hitting the mark. And I think I showed one of the boys and, you know, they basically said, well, you know, I like it, but, you know, you could do a better beat or whatever. So, you know, I was like, oh, well, yeah. And then we redid the whole thing and it turned out better.
Even in our earliest beginnings.
But we've scrapped complete songs and everything just because someone had said, no, that's not hitting right or whatever.
Even earliest beginnings, learning to rap, fuck, man, some words come out with American accent back then, you know? And then you had to learn, fuck this, and they were straight onto it, like, oh, I like this bar, and then you say this word, I don't like that word there, and you're like, yeah, no, you're right, I'm fucking saying it the wrong way for starters.
Yeah.
I was learning my own style, you know, not, you know? So they've always been fucking brutally honest.
Do you think that that's something missing, though, in hip-hop in Australia?
I don't know.
Well, I think it's so much of a diverse landscape now that people all do different types of things. It's not like one certain style anymore. Everyone's kind of trying to do their own
There's
trend, make their own
subgenres.
little trends of what's new and how they can put their take on it. You know, like with what's happening now in the landscape with the style of beats and rhymes, you know, and the sort of almost repetitiveness of some of the rhymes, and it's like a different structure altogether, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's just what, I don't know, talking about the friends thing, it's like, if you go and paint a train and you're a piece of shit, your mate's probably going to tell you, you know what I mean? So, anything. Like, if you've got the right support network around.
Yeah.
Even constructive criticism.
Constructive
Citizens. That's the next album.
Constructive citizens.
No, because I think that's something that's missing significantly. My personal take, you know, and I guess it's just from seeing things on the internet.
Yeah.
Someone might post something.
You know what? You're not so much judged now in street ciphers and battles.
Yeah.
They're posting this.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get all
You
your
post
comments. If you don't want to read those comments, you don't even have to. So you don't even know, you know.
Instead of kids practicing nowadays, they put their practice online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're putting their learning experiences online for people to hear. You know, they haven't developed their shit yet. You know, if you just hung back and was patient to develop your style and put your head down for a few years, you know, it doesn't. People start rapping 1 year, and then by the second year they've got SoundCloud tracks up. You know what I mean? Like, no, you've got to develop. Like, it doesn't take a year to rap. Like, it takes years and years to really, you know, to understand it. So, I think it's become such a quick fix. Like, when I work with young fellas now, it's like, oh, I want to record them, put it straight on YouTube or SoundCloud or something. I'm like, nah, man, you've got to chill. You've got to hone your craft. You've got to, you know, get better and better. And as soon as you think you're good, you're not shit. You know, you're nothing. You've got to relearn again and get better. You know, and yeah. So progress.
Well
yeah,
said,
it's a different landscape, I guess. And kids listen to different shit these days.
Yeah, man.
Are influenced by different things. The whole media, social media thing has changed the game big time. You know. Yeah. And we're just lucky to be on that 90s. Before the game changed, you know, I think we still got some of those morals and, you know.
Even to this day, we don't go posting a fucking freestyle every week.
Yeah,
I
but we
find
might
it more
freestyle
beneficial
a
to
few
be out
times
of
through the
reach,
week.
you know. So
but none of that shit was posted online.
fall back, rule from the shadows, because when we do drop, you see pre-sales.
Yeah.
195 Adelaide, you know.
Yeah, and you might not see an album every year, but you can guarantee if you look in our vault, it's stacked. You know, it's stacked with good stuff and shit we've worked on and honed, and you know, yeah.
The lesson. 927. Oh yeah.